Hey guys, it's Lovepinklucy here. I'm going to be reviewing, I'll be making noise, sorry y'all. I'm going to be reviewing the new I Am kit from Illustrated Faith. So I figured I would just do my first page with you guys. What do you think about that? First, I wanted to show you, I'm sorry, I feel weird because I can't like see my screen. So I'm going to stand up for a minute while I get everything situated. Okay, so let me move this out of the way for a minute. I picked out some colors that we could possibly use. I was trying to match some of these things out. So, these are all acrylic paints. This is what I usually use acrylics in my own normal artwork, not in my Bible journaling. Usually Bible journaling, I'm more of a watercolor person now, but I want to do this first page with acrylics for sure. So this background color is kind of an odd one to mimic, and so I played around with, let me fill this stuff over. I played around with this acrylic paint. I don't know if you've ever seen it before. I actually picked it up at Walmart. It's really nice. I really liked it. They have like a different section away from like the apple barrel acrylics, and it's more considered the more of the artistic paints, the artist paints or whatever. And so I took it with, this is a color from the Target line, the Handmade Modern, and it's called Coral. And then this one is Portrait Pink. You see that? Sorry if my lighting's not really good in here, but I mixed them together, and this is it sort of drying. And I could add a little bit more of this pink. We're gonna just try this out on here, all right? We'll just see what happens. I really love this pink. It is so pretty. I've used it in a bunch of projects so far because I just love the color of it. So this is a coral with a portrait pink, and it's really coming out really nicely. So let's kind of hold it up against that. Not bad, not bad. Could add a little bit of white to it. A little bit more of this pink. I think probably a little bit white might work. But anyway, just a suggestion. If you're having a hard time, get you a coral and a really pale pink, and maybe add some white, and there you go. Also, while I got these colors out, I pulled, these are some colors from Craft Smart, the brand from Michaels. This is a tan. Let's see. Let me get the letters. It can be lightened a little bit. Here's a navy. So this is tan and navy. This is a powder green, Anita's acrylic. I also grabbed, this one is a folk art linen apple barrel cameo pink, because there's a little bit of pink. You don't see it a lot, but there's some pink right here. But there's a really sweet pale pink in that heart. And I was trying to find the shade for it. The cameo pink is really good. I got this in, it's an Americana. It's alizarin crimson. Really pretty one. Love this Dazzling Metallics berry, because I'll probably have to add me some shimmer. And then these are all of the Liquitexic, is that how you say it? Liquitexic Basics. These come in that little container with, I think it has 45 of their colors. And I pulled deep violet, deep green. This is a neutral gray, a Mars black, and then I also grabbed a bronze, because a bronze would be pretty. Because if you saw my unboxing, I said I wanted to use some of my rose gold washi tapes, and I don't have a rose gold metallic, but this bronze could do. Also have this pretty copper, antique copper I might use. So, lots of things to choose from. I'm not using all of these on this page. I was just giving you guys some ideas of some colors. I know a lot of people use the Faber-Castell markers, and they show those in their tutorials. Lots of times people don't have those. These are a lot cheaper. I mean, of course I'm not saying this because I'm not making any money from any of these art supply people. But these are cheaper lots of times in the Faber-Castell. I mean, 99 cents from the store versus whatever for a marker. So especially if you're new to this and you're wanting to try some new techniques and stuff, and you don't want to spend a lot of money because you don't know how you want to work with them or if you're going to like them, I always suggest getting these type of acrylic paints to start off with. So there we go. So now let's delve into the page. Let me just say, I read my the first days last night. I like to sometimes read it the day before I actually do the page, depending on if I have time or not, and sometimes just to kind of soak it in, allow the scripture to just absorb into me a little bit and think about maybe what I want to do with the page. Sometimes I already have an idea before I even read. Like I may think, oh, I want to draw a unicorn on my next page, and I'll make it work somehow or something like that. If you've seen any of my pages, you know I usually draw something, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that on this one. I think I'm going to try to just mimic the flowers from this. So let's get my Bible open up. I always write what I'm going to write out on a scrap paper. I have this little notebook that it's just like full of I'll end up throwing it away because I just doodle in it while I'm Bible journaling. I always keep extra paper around. So we'll get started. You just see how this, okay. Make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, God is love, perfect love, cast out fear is what I'm going to do today. I usually periscope, and I have not periscoped in a really long time. So I feel we're doing a page on a YouTube video that I'm not answering and talking to people. So this is different for me. So anyway, the first day is fearless, and the scripture is 1 John. We're going to go to 1 John. Where you be, John? 1 John 4, 8 through 18. I'm not gonna, well, I guess I will read. Basically, it's talking about God as being love, right? And Melissa, who is the author of this devotional for this month, she really delves into being fearless. And Melissa Garcia, if you don't know her, check her out. She's at Pie in the Sky. I will link her Instagram below when I'm done with this, so it'll be linked. But anyway, she delves into being fearless, and something that really, really stuck out to me in her. I'm not gonna read the whole devotional because I want you to be able to get it for yourself and soak it in too. But this one thing that she talked about, fear has no place in me. And she says, let me go to the script where she talks about it. She said, fear was routine for me. It cloaked itself around me and tried to make me believe we were friends. Think about that. I know for me personally, I have lived a life of fear at different moments in my life. When I think of my lifespan, I can think of when I was a kid, the things I was fearful of, and then when I was a teenager, things I was fearful of, and then as a young adult, and now that I'm 40 and things that I'm fearful of now are completely different than what I was fearful of when I was a kid, you know. you know, I think when as a teen, mine was a lot of insecurities and not finding love, and not, will a boy like me, or will he, you know, will I ever have a boyfriend, and things like that. Fitting in. Now, at this stage in my life, I've been married for 17 years, and, you know, we still do not have children. And so that for me is a fear of, will I ever become a mom? That's been a fear of mine my whole marriage, and especially since we've dealt with infertility. And so that, even though I do have his promises in my heart and I believe that he's going to fulfill his promises, that fear does still surround me at moments in my life. Do I carry it around all the time? No. Is it something that I think about on a daily basis? No, not anymore. Because I do believe that he's going to fulfill something. I don't know when and I don't know how, but I do believe in his promises. So, but does that fear bother me and still cloak itself around me at moments? Yes, it does. And it's so ironic because she's using the same scriptures that I do quote a lot in my life, you know, talking about that God is love, and because he is love. I mean, think about that those three little words, God is love, is so powerful. And because he is love, it casts out fear. And if you know me at all, you know I love the word love. I mean, goodness, my internet name is Lovepinklucy. I love and so God is love is just so mind-boggling and amazing and soothing and comforting and huge and small at the same time. It just, a powerful three little words that are so big. So what I want to do with my page, like I said a few minutes ago, is I'm going to use these to hold my Bible up so that I can get to my page. What I'm going to write, my page is going to have God is love, and then perfect love casts out fear. So, I am a page prepper. Not everybody is. I am. I always have been. I always will be. There's nothing wrong with it. And so you're gonna witness how I do a page. This is me doing a page when I'm in here by myself, just me and Jesus. Only thing that's different is I don't have worship music playing. So, I'm going to, this is for anybody who's just getting started Bible journaling. And so I'm going to take you step by step. And this is also a review of this devotional. Okay. So what I'm doing right now is I'm about to prep my page. This is a secret. I have a tutorial, in my videos that's just specifically me prepping a page, but I'm just going to show you how to do it again. So what I do is I take some washi tape. I kind of get the sticky off with my skin, as you saw me do, and I put it in the binder. You know, a lot of people think this is like silly steps to go through, but when I don't do it, I mess up. So I like to do it. So I put that in the center, or crevice, whatever you want to call it, and then I tape. I did a page the other day, and I did not put my plastic on this side of the page, and I ended up with pink paint splattered all over. Not that it matters, but so anyway, there we go. That one's covered. Let me put a little piece right here, just for good measure. Okay. This right here, you can use plastic, whatever. These are page protectors that I use. I love them because they're really thin, they're pliable, they don't get in the way of what you're working on. I actually had a brand new one out. I don't know what I did with it. There it is. It was fresh. A fresh one. You can use parchment paper. also. I don't really like using the plastic things because I feel like it leaves a ridge right here, but you know, it's all a preference, right? So, for me, I don't use gesso. I use matte gel mediums. Be sure it's matte. I'm like putting stuff over here. I hope y'all aren't like going, what the heck is she doing? I use matte gel medium for prepping all of my pages. It's my favorite. I've used gesso and it wasn't my favorite. So let me grab this. A little credit card, a gift card, whatever. And they always, of course you don't need that much, glop some out on the page. Then spread it. I like to make mine as smooth as possible. That's why I don't use a paintbrush. Some people use paintbrushes. Some people use sponges. Some people even use their fingers. But for me, this covers everything really easy. See how it's leaving lines? I don't like to leave those. And I go all the way to the edge. You may think this is like too much work for doing a page. As you can see, it doesn't take that long. I just like to prep my page. I don't like bleed through really. If you have bleed through, it's up to you. It's just for me. I don't like it. And if you're wondering what Bible I'm using the ESV Interleaved, which has the single page between each text page. So I'm going to use my heat tool. Use a heat tool, or you can use a hair dryer. I love how it sort of makes the page kind of crinkly and it gives the page substance. And one thing that I've discovered with matte gel medium is that if you're working with a any type of ink or even like watercolor, because it's kind of leaves a covering over the page, you can wipe it off before it dries, and it's like almost like it allows you to have an eraser. So that is done. Now it's ready to go. So what I'm gonna do is get my paintbrush, and I'm going to do the flowers that are like that. I'm gonna try to do something kind of like this. So we'll just leave this right here as a reference. Actually, I'm going to tape it down so I can see it. Tape it down right there. So, okay. I'm going to mix up some colors maybe. This one is a deep violet, and this is a like a crimson I showed you earlier. This one has been a long time since this one was open, so fly by the seat of your pants. Okay, pour a little bit out of here. Let me grab some of that back up. No, I do not like to waste paint. I'll just tell you that right now. Yeah, that one is a little bit too red. Thinking, and this was a little bit purpley. So we'll mix those two together and see what happens, shall we? Ah, perfect. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? God, I keep showing you over here. The camera's here, Crystal. Camera's here. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to turn on a different light so we can get more. That probably didn't help any, but anyway. Tilt you a little bit. Okay. I'm going to pour out a little bit more of this. I should have left that red on there because I'm going to need it some more. Okay. So I'm mixing, remember I'm using this one with the deep violet. I don't know, can y'all see me mixing it? I don't think you can. Let me slide all of my paint over. Yeah, I promise I'm not usually this unorganized. Let's mix this one on here. Oh, you love this color. Love it. So we'll mix. Of course, you can probably find the shade somewhere else. I just don't have it. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. I love mixing colors though, so it gives me an excuse to mix. Mix, mix, mix. Okay. See this? You could actually take it and, you know, swipe the pages if you wanted to, something like this. So now, turn it like that so I can get to it. And I'm gonna paint. Actually, let's see here. Yeah, we'll go on and go for it. I usually am a fly by the seat of my pants type person when I come to painting. When it's like in my Bible journaling. So I'm gonna take this out. Throw it over there. Hold it for me, unicorn. Okay. I typically don't usually copy the not the colors, but the whatever the kit's flower is or whatever. I usually do my own thing, which I still plan on doing. So throughout the kit. And what I like to do also is when I'm painting and I'm like tired, I don't want to wait on it to dry. I always use either a heat gun or a hair dryer to dry my paints. So we'll do that. So you'll see me use that a lot. So I can layer it. I'm not huge. When I work with acrylics, I like all of my paints to be very opaque. I don't like them to be translucent. So when I'm doing watercolor, of course, but acrylics are my my typical medium that I work with. Do it again. Okay. Sorry, I start getting like mesmerized by it. One more coat. On these, and then I'll stop. This color is turned out so pretty. I said in my unboxing video is that these are colors that I don't typically, you know, I'm not typically drawn to when it comes to painting and stuff like that. So it's fun for me to kind of get out of my box a little bit. Because if you open up my Bible, it's usually full of all pink. So this is fun to do other colors. So I'm going to dry these. Actually, while I'm letting those dry, I am going to go back and I'm going to mix some more of like this color, the peachy color. And remember, I'm using a portrait pink. I'm using a portrait pink, and I'm going to use a coral. Let me clean this off. Okay. Trying to see if you can see me where I'm working. Okay. I may end up putting a little bit of white in here. Not sure. Oh, it's turning out really good. Yeah, that one's that's some shades lighter than the last one was. Okay. I really like that one. Okay. Get my brush clean. Okay. So now I'm not gonna do this exactly the same way. It's just gonna have its own flair. So there's a little bit of pink still left on my brush. That's okay. Kind of like it blending in there. And it's crazy to me how like this color, for some reason, this color is so hard to paint with, in my opinion, because for some reason you have to do so many coats. But see, this, it's just like almost perfection, you know? Like, I may do just 2 coats on it just because that's how I am. You don't really have to. But I will. I'm going to do more of this color than it's on here because I like it. I like it a lot. It's so pretty. Pretty, pretty. I might do like a little one right here. A little one right here. I'm gonna dry that so I can do one more coat on there. You see, these still aren't dry. Oh, I love this peach. It's actually more peachy, but I like it. I really do. And guys, if you're not like, if you don't consider yourself an artist, or you don't think you can draw, these are super, super simple flowers that you can draw. I mean, not draw, that you can paint yourself. I mean, look, it's dots basically. And you don't have to do as many colors as, I mean, coats as I'm doing, so. Okay. My paintbrush is getting gloppy. Okay. All right. And so you could also, where's my stamps? If you wanted to, you could take, see like that stamp right there, you could just take it and stamp it on there. Like that one's perfect size for it. And then you wouldn't have to do anything. You could just do a dot and stamp, you know? So it's just up to you, but I'm gonna try to do it like this. So I think I'm gonna do one more coat on these really fast. Just because I can, right? I'm fearless. Doing my thing. Whoops. That's all right. Okay. Now let's dry them. And sometimes if you want to, you can go behind it and dry it. It tends to make it dry faster. Just don't do like I do, and I've scorched I've scorched a few pages. Okay, now, so we got that done. They're still a little bit wet, but I think that's going to be okay because I'm going to take some of this. Actually, I'm trying to think here. Let me grab my block. I need it. Put a little bit of pink here. This is the Cameo Pink. And I'm gonna get a different brush for this. Don't like that brush. Me and that brush ain't having fun, so let me get a different brush. Okay. Yes, this one's better. I'm going to take a little bit of this right here. So I'm going to stick in my, let's see if we can see. You can't tell. What I'm doing is, I'm just getting a little bit of this color. So I've already got that pink on there. I'm just going to blend it a little bit. There we go. Which, in all honesty, if I had been thinking, I could have left the flower a little, you know, more wet, but I wasn't thinking. So there we go. And see, it's not, I'm not mimicking hers perfectly. I'm doing Melissa's artwork, but yet my own at the same time. So we'll do Cameo Pink. A little bit of, tap some more of the darker mixture. Okay. And then this one. You can hear Dottie, my puppy. Well, she's not really a puppy anymore. She's 4. You can hear her. She's outside the door. She's wanting in here. She thinks that she's supposed to be with me at all times. And I locked her out so that you didn't hear me having to tell her to quit growling or barking, because she's the neighborhood diva. So you'll hear her little bell outside the door. But don't worry, she's not by herself. My husband's out there with her. Okay, now let's do these. I think with these, I'm gonna use this linen. I think I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of the peachy coral color we've already got going on right there. So I'm just gonna put it right there beside it. And we will see how this goes. Hear my train. Yes, then I can take this and just kind of, yeah, I like that. These are so simple. These flowers are so simple, guys. So don't even worry about thinking you can't paint, because they're really easy. I mean, super easy. You don't even have to deal with like trying to blend or shade like I am. Okay. It's like, did I make too many of these flowers? I really like them though. And these are flowers totally that y'all can that can be done throughout your Bible, since they're such an easy, sweet flower to do. Okay. Like I said, not exactly the same as hers, but good enough for me. Like these right here really bug me. The way I did them. But you know what? C'est la vie. We'll blend them a little bit more. Okay. That's the thing that I love about Bible journaling, is that there's no such thing as perfection. At least you need to tell yourself that. You know? Get in there, spend time with Jesus, just enjoying Him as you delve into the Word, and soak Him in as you're painting or drawing or just doing lettering, whatever it is, whatever your forte is, whatever, you know, however you paint or draw or whatever. There's no need to think about perfection. I'll put this black over here. Okay. Now, we're just going to do a black little thing right there. Black there. See, it's not even perfect, which I love. These are so easy, y'all. Like, where's the do-do-do? See, they're not even perfect. Gosh, these are so easy. Okay, one more. Okay, perfect. Now I'm like covered in paint, which I usually am. It's like, la. Okay, now let me dry these a little bit, and then we're gonna get to stamping. actually, before I do that, I think I'm going to do some metallic on these really quick because I think it would be pretty. Yeah. If I can add some glitter or shimmer somewhere, I will. This is, gosh, one of my favorite metallic paints. Excuse my beautiful hands now. This is Dazzling Metallics, and it's called Berry. Love that shade so much. I should put something metallic on these. I have this one's called Sand Dune. We'll stick some Sand Dune on there too while we're at it. It's always fun to add some shimmer and dazzle, razzmatazz. Okay, perfect. This one's called Sand Dune. It's an Anita's Metallic Craft Paint. Alright, now we're going to use this stamp right here for the branches. So let me get all my goodies out. Let me see if this one will work. Perfect. Yeah, I got this little clear acrylic stamp at like the Dollar Tree, and it's my favorite because it's so little. You're not having to deal with a big stamper, a big acrylic block. So I'm using this stamp. And I love Ranger's Archival ink. It's my favorite. Mainly because it is waterproof. It's totally my favorite. It's what I use on all of my projects. I'm gonna stamp it. And let's see, where do we want this guy? We'll stick him right here. Perfect. Let's see. Where do we want him to go? Another good one. See if that will go down right there. So it's in the binding of the book. Like, yeah, it worked. Let's see. Kind of want to do some that like, but that probably won't look great. I kind of like it just the way it's doing like that because it's kind of an oval. I think that'll work. Thank you, little stamp. Is there any more on here I want to use for this? No. Okay. So let me set the ink for these. And the paint that I got out for the leaves and stuff, sorry, this one is deep green. So I'm going to stick some right here. And we're just going to paint these little fellas. not even going to worry about making sure that they're perfect either. I'm actually going to go down there. This is so soothing. There's nothing like painting to me. It's like my heart's cry. You can usually at night find me right here at this table, worship music playing, 3 puppy dogs in here with me, just spending time worshiping and painting. Not always Bible journaling. Lots of times it's regular artwork that I get paid for. But it's worship nonetheless for me. Okay. That down there. Also, I have this powdery blue. It's called powder green. And I was gonna use it on here too, just to give it a little bit of a variation. So just mix it in there. Okay, so they're not as dark as this, but I'm absolutely okay with that. Okay, I think I want to do some little, let me grab my pen. I'm going to do some, I can just draw these because they're easy. Like that. Hello, there's wet paint there, Crystal. We'll do one right here. That's good. Just give them a little. Actually, he needs a brother leaf over here. Okay. We'll set those, and then we'll paint them too. Sorry if I'm getting quiet. We're getting close to being done. And the last thing I've got to do is the lettering. I promise, I'm not usually this messy of a painter. If you watch a Periscope, you know that. I actually almost did this as a Periscope. A little bit of this on here. Powder green. Okay. Now, I'm gonna move this over here so I can get to this. I'm gonna dry all this really good. And actually, I think something that I'm gonna do, because I feel like it needs it before I dry anymore. I think I'm going to take black and I sort of want to outline these just to, and see, I'm just doing like little strokes around here just to give it a little bit of something. I'm just gonna do like that. You don't have to do this. It's just for me. Here's a train again. They're a little bit messier this way. I kind of like this. Just taking black acrylic paint and just going around. You could do it with a marker too if you want to do that. If you wanted to outline them at all. Look what I just did. Holy moly. You see, remember I told you earlier about having matte gel medium on your page? Because of that, I was able to erase it with water and a Q-tip. You couldn't have done that on a regular piece of paper. So there's you a tip for prepping your page with matte gel medium. I'd have been done a lot longer long ago if I hadn't decided to do this. One to go. That looks like a peach. One more. Okay. All right, now let me dry this. Feels pretty dry. All right, I'm gonna use some of the alphabet and I'm gonna spell out God is love. Let me move all my paint out of the way so I don't get paint on me while I'm doing this. Okay. Make sure I'm still, I can scoot over a little bit now. Well, maybe I better not. Okay. So I'm going to use these pretty alphabet. Come here, G. So I'm going to say God. G-O-D. I've seen someone use like those little tweezers for doing this. And I've never really used a lot of stickers in my Bible journaling, like the alphabet and stuff like that. But I think that I might need to invest in some of those. Oh, God. Look at my messy hands. Goddess. Sometimes I like to take a ruler to make sure I'm lining things up. I hope I'm not boring y'all to death yet. Goddess. Love. Let's find the L. I saw it, I think one of the other girls that reviews these pages, I heard her say the other day that sometimes she'll cut, if she needs more zeros, she'll cut that off the cue. So there's another tip from another reviewer that I saw, which I think is phenomenal idea right there. God is almost done with the love. Actually, no, never done with love. Never done with love. Love is continuous. Okay. God is love. Yes, he is. Okay. All right, now that part I'm doing what I did the alphabet, and then I'm going to write perfect love, cast out fear. So I'm going, and I usually do most of my, well, not most of, all of my writing with Faber-Castell Pitt pens. I use the medium and the bold are my two favorites. So we're going to write God is love. Let me go. Oh, well, I'll do that in a minute. God is love. Then I'll say this one's about to lose its luster here. Perfect. Perfect love. Uh-oh. Cast And so lots of times I'll go back over it again, and just so I don't smear it. I'm going to outline this. You hear my neighbor's dog barking, and that's why Dottie barked. Because if Mia barks, Dottie has to bark. I'm going to go around this with the... make it stand out. I hear Dottie getting in trouble. Okay, God is love. Whoops, look at there. That L wasn't down there good enough. Neither is my V. Or my E. See, I don't use stickers enough. I usually write all my lettering. Okay, and this is just my regular penmanship, but I'm going to go over it and make it a little bit bolder and thicker. Perfect love. Cast out fear. What a beautiful thing. I feel like I misspelled cast. I'll have to check that when I get off here. Like, I know in the devotion she says it expels fear. Then I'm gonna write in here, I'm gonna put the because usually, like, if it's my other Bible, I would have done it on a page like this, and then I would have highlighted the scripture. So since I'm not doing that, I'll go in here and I'll say 1 John. John 4, 8 through 18. Okay, now, got that done. I'm going to take this off. Look, this comes off. That's done. Now, if you know me, you know I'm going to need me some washi tape on here. The washi tape is so pretty. So, I think I'm going to use it in some little random places. But I'm also going to use this heart washi right here. I always tear the tip off it so it makes it jagged. before I finish that, I am going to, I'm not going to stamp this one with my date. I'm going to just write the date on it. And today is, what is today? Daniel, what's today? '21st. Okay. So, today is, well, every pen I'm picking up ain't working for me. June 21st, 2017. And then, because it's the new kit or whatever, if I'm doing pages from a kit, I like to hashtag it with what the kit is called. That way I can always go back and remember the pages. And so, like, if you notice when you get the kit, you get the little card from Shauna and like her little thing that she talks about, and then she always puts the hashtag of whatever that kit is. So this is hashtag IF_I am. So I will do that right here so that I always know what kit this came from. It's something that I started doing in this Bible. I didn't do that in my other Bible, which I wish I did. I am. Okay, now I'm going to finish up with some washi, some more washi tape. This washi right here is so pretty. I am loving it. Loving it. Let's see. Man, my messy hands. So funny. This right here. That one there. That one there. Also, something that I like to do too. Okay, because this one is called, I'm going to use the God is Love right here. So I'm going to cut this out. Let me just cut this out like this really fast. Now, trim it up. Actually, before I do that, what I'll usually do is, because I'll use it in my Bible as the tab, and I'll probably do it kind of like crookedy, but I don't like the back to show. So I will take a washi tape, and we'll just use this one, and I'll cover the back. I'm gonna move this over. I'll just cover the back up. That way, I'll show you in a second what I'm talking about. Oops. I did that one really messy. That's going to be taped. Then, y'all, I don't have a laminator. Packing tape is my friend. I do this to every single one of my tabs, every single one. That way they remain sturdy no matter what. And I do both sides of it. Okay, now I'll cut it out. There's something gratifying about cutting stuff out. I love to cut stuff out. I think it's the daycare teacher in me. They used to cut out a gazillion things a day. Okay. So this is my tab, and I'm probably going to do it kind of like crooked like that. So let me get my glue, and I'm probably going to use some more washi tape for right there as well. God is love. Yes, he is. So I'll do it like this. So I always use like a little glue runner thing. Then I'm going to do it crooked so that it sticks out so you can see that. And so see how when it's in my Bible, it's like that. So the back is pretty too. So now, since I did that, I'm going to use some more washi right here. Not that I have to, but that washi got covered up because I wasn't thinking about where I was going to place that. Not that this is holding it down or anything, it's just there. So there it is. And now, one more thing I want to do on here, because I feel like there's a lot of negative space, and negative space bothers me. I need help. So, since there's like negative space on here, what I'm going to do is, I think that I'm going to, I'm trying to think what I want to do with my negative space. I might just, let me find a pin that works. I think I'm just going to go here and do some little cross hatching. Just to give it some depth. I love cross hatching, it's fun. And it's just going to fill up space, basically, is what it's doing for me on this page. Giving it a little bit more substance or dimension. See how it's filling up my empty spots. Put one right here. Put a few over here. See, they're just little messy little, it's like massive hashtags, if you want to call them that. That's what cross hatching is. Put another one right here. Okay, and my page is done. Y'all, I am loving this kit. I am from Illustrated Faith. Just as a disclaimer, I am a reviewer for them. I'm an affiliate, and so they send me this kit to review, and I'm loving it. So go on out and get you the I Am Illustrated Faith kit. It's the July kit right now on dayspring.com. I promise that you will love it. See you later.